Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripasindho jayavacha Patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo Ajanunam pavujo kanakavadato Sankirtane kapitaro Kamalaya takshu Vishvambaro Vijavaro Yugadharmapalo Vande Jagatpriyakaro Karunavataro Nityanandanamastubhyam Premananda Pradayine Karupama Shamshaya Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. First of all, I'd like to offer my unlimited Dandavat Pranam in the dress of the feet of my spiritual master, Nitya-lila Parisham Vishnupada Smitra Gauravanidikam Nitya-lila Parisham Vishnupada Smitra Bhaktivedanta Swami Sarvabhakta Nitya-lila Parisham Vishnupada Smitra Bhaktivedanta Narayana Swami Maharaj Prabhudev Nau Vaishnavi Vaishnavi Rupanuga Rupaga headed by Srimam Premananda Prabhuji. So,
little that this side, little that side, and everybody had.
We hear that the process of bhakti, we are going through stages like Bhajana Kriya, Sadhusanga, Bhajana Kriya, Anartha Nivriti, Nishta, Ruchi, Asakti. So, the difficult time of the practitioner, that is the sadhaka, is to go through or even go beyond Anartha Nivriti. It's not so easy. Because Anartha Nivriti is where all the misconceptions are lodged in the heart. And as long as this is there, there's no making progress anymore further. So we have to pass this, and it's a great fight, internal fight, because we are told to focus our mind on Krishna and nothing else. And the mind has never done this before. Mind has focused on so many hundreds and hundreds of targets. The heart is like a nest full of desires, and we have so many desires to fulfill that just now to eliminate all these things and focus one-pointedly on exclusive devotion to Krishna, very, very difficult. So in our life sometimes we feel little difficulties to go beyond this anartha and everything. So I'm thinking about one story which can help the devotees. Because devotees is attached to bhakti, doesn't want to lose bhakti. Whatever he has achieved, is afraid to lose it. So fear is a factor, very important in keeping our bhakti. So there's a story. In Brahmaloka, there was one Prajapati called Marichi. And he had 6 sons. And Brahma, Lord Brahma is there. he once created one very beautiful apsara. Her name was Tilottama, I think, yeah. And she was so attractive that he couldn't keep his eyes off from her. Wherever she would go, any direction, he would manifest another head, that he would not lose sight of her beautiful silhouette. So the 6 children of Marichi, when they saw this, they made fun of Lord Brahma. They laughed, they said, look, so much dust is there. And when Lord Brahma heard that, he became very upset with them. And he cursed them. He said, you will become demons. So, next, they became demons, took birth as the sons of Kalanemi, who was himself one son of Hiranyakashipu. They were not happy to become demons because they had so many devotional sanskars in their heart. So they once asked Lord Brahma, please be merciful to us and free us from this curse. Lord Brahma said, you will be free when you will take the prasadam of the Lord. So Kalanemi, their father, was not so happy to have such a sons who were not 100% demons. So one day he cursed them. He said, your own father will kill you. Then Kalanemi became killed by Lord Vishnu and he took birth as Kamsa. Then those 6 sons were transferred by the action of Yogamaya in the womb of Devaki, in the tail of Kamsa. They came one after the other, and Kamsa, which was Kalanemi in his previous life, killed them one after the other. Then, being killed, they were sent to Sutala Loka, one hellish planet. And later on, Devaki, who had some affection for them, asked Lord Krishna, please, could you bring them to Dwarka? I really miss them. So Lord Krishna made the arrangement that they came to Dwarka from Sutala, and Devaki nourishes them with her affection and give them their milk from her breast. That milk is considered the prasadam of Lord Krishna, because Krishna was already born and he had taken this milk from Devaki's breast, so this milk was considered prasadam. So when they took prasadam, this milk, then they became free from the curse of Lord Brahma. And when they got killed by Kamsa, they got free from the curse of Kalanemi. So, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is giving one Siddhanta here, very internal Siddhanta. He says that those 6 sons represent the objects of the senses, including the mind. And Kamsa represents fear. Kamsa is fear personified. So by eliminating, by killing them, he got rid of the desire for sense enjoyment, that is, enjoying the objects of the senses. Then, one after the other, when they left Devaki's womb, then in her heart bhakti became manifested. First of all came Anantadev, Sankarshan, who completely organized inside her the future manifestation of Krishna. That was her seventh child. Then the eighth child was Lord Krishna himself. And then he manifested in the heart of Devaki, who is the personification of Bhakti, the not ordinary lady. So Krishna is also manifestation of pure Bhakti. So in this way, it is said that devotees, they don't want to enjoy the sense objects. They may be attracted to do so, but because of the fear of the reactions, that to enjoy sense objects, you know, there's reactions, and those reactions create havoc in the life of a devotee. There's two different results. First of all, devotee loses his bhakti, and second of all, he suffers the reaction also. So when a devotee doesn't want to suffer anymore, and doesn't want to lose his bhakti anymore, then he stops involving in sense gratification. Why? Because of the fear of the reaction. So Kamsa was the fear personified, and by eliminating all the objects of the senses, that is anatta also, they represent also lust, that is Kam, Krodh, Moha, Mada, but Matsara, like this. So by eliminating all these anattas, then the heart became free, and bhakti made its appearance. So that is Siddhanta that Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur gave him about the stories of these 6 sons of Devaki. Then when they became free from the curse, they went back to Brahmaloka and became very, very happy again. So in this way we have to be very careful, because in the neophyte stage, it's easy to involve or engage in sense gratification. And we get reactions. But as we make progress, if we still involve in sense gratification, then reactions become very, very, very much stronger. Much stronger. And also, even worse, our bhakti is completely removed for some times. So the devotee fears those reactions. He doesn't want to lose his bhakti. It's not something to play with. So it became very, very serious, and he makes sure that it doesn't engage anymore in sense gratification because of the fear of those reactions also. So these stories is about that. Maybe you didn't know so much about the 6 sons of Marichis were killed from the womb of Devaki. So I was thinking maybe I could tell the stories tonight. So I have a question now, because also we have to ask questions to Prabhuji. Vrindavan is a manifestation of Sandhini Shakti. Confirmed. And Sandhini Shakti is Lord Balaram. He's involved there, but in a passive way. He's not in the center. Who is in the center? Yogamaya. Vrinda Devi also. So they organize this playground of Krishna, Radha and Krishna's pastimes. So they are very much involved in Sandhini Shakti, which is Baladev himself. So my question to Prabhuji tonight is, what is the relation of Purnamasi and further Vrinda Devi with Baladev? Prabhuji. Because they're very, very much connected in a very intimate way. So I wonder if there is any answers to this question.
He's going to answer the question. They know all. They don't need to tell. They all know everything.
Slow coming. growing up. Then it's sweet. What they are understanding. If they are long time is Guru Varga with this.
It will take me 10 years to come to their level.
Hey, what is problem?
Health problem.
ये क्या हुआ? दर्द है शरीर में. Hey, what asking? You know this Mataji nicely asking. I'm giving some medicine, then will be okay. Ask me Indra after class.
After class.
No, first asking then class. पुनीत को सुबह दवाई दी थी आपने? ठीक हो गया ना? पूछ लो, मैं दवाई बोल देता हूँ फिर काम करना है. खान पान थोड़ा इधर उधर हो जाता है तो मुश्किल है. Okay, now starting class, हैं? Okay. हरे कृष्ण. Start.
ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. First of all, I offer my worthless Dandavat pranams to the lotus feet of our Paramat Prajatamah Srila Gurudev Nityalila Pravishtam Vishnupad Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, to our Rupanuga Guru Varga, and to all the assembled Vaishnavas. Before anything else, I would just like to express we are indebted to Shroti Maharaji, that every night he is always setting the mood, and we can see in our association what Srila Rupa Goswami is telling, the 6 exchanges of love. Dadati pratikrinati goya makyati prishate bhumte bujayate chaiva. These are Priti Lakshanam. So here in this place we see there's always giving and receiving of prasadam, some gifts of charity, and also now giving and receiving questions and answers, all for the glorification of Shri Krishna. Now the question is asked, but first I would say that it will only be to think that I will answer the question would only be a symptom of my arrogance. Really, I don't know anything, and if I am going to say something, it's only because it's the order of the Vaishnavas, and somehow we have heard from Srila Gurudev and our Guru Varga something, and really there's nothing to fear to commit any mistakes because Vaishnavas are there and they will correct. So, the question is asked, what is relation of Baladev Prabhu to Lake of Vrindavan, to Yogamaya, Purnamasi, Vrinda Devi? There has to be some direct relation.
Sandhini Shakti and Swarup Shakti expansion. Aladini Shakti. Maharaj question is Sandhini Shakti Baladev Prabhu. He is manifesting Vrindavan Dham. Yes. And there is Purnamasi and Vrinda Devi. There is expansion of Swarup Shakti. And between Vrinda Devi is what is program, what is Dogma's program, Purnamasi's, and what is program of Baladev Prabhu. And especially they have what relation. Many questions inside. Maharaj only giving one information, a question is many. Okay, Maharaj?
So first we have to understand, when we talk about, see, we're referring to Sandhini Shakti, Ladini Shakti. Now first, let's understand, there is Shaktiman and there is Shakti. Shaktiman is Krishna, and the Shakti is Srimati Radhika. Now, the Shakti Srimati Radhika is actually the personal manifestation of Swarup Shakti. Now it is said that Swarup Shakti, only the main, the dharma of the Swarup Shakti is to fulfill all the desires of Shaktiman. Now, this Shakti has three vrittis, three tendencies or three functions. There's Sandini Shakti, there's Samved Shakti, and Ladini Shakti. These are functions. So when we say Baladev Prabhu is Sandini Shakti, actually we're referring to Baladev Prabhu as the predominating deity of Sandini Shakti. Because Baladev Prabhu is never Shakti. He is also expansion of Shaktiman Krishna. Now, when we say Sandini Shakti, Sandini means like the platform, the existence. So actually it all begins with Sandini. Like nothing can really exist without the cause of this Sandini. Like say Swarup Shakti's existence starts with Sandini Shakti. And everything else in the spiritual world, even in the material world and the jivas, it's all from the function of Swarup Shakti in the aspect of Ladini Shakti, or like manifestation of existence. But the main like source of this Sandini Shakti is Baladev Prabhu, because Baladev is the first expansion of Krishna. So like Baladev Prabhu, he serves, the difference between also with Krishna and Baladev Prabhu is Krishna, his mode is the savior. He's like the one being served, he's the master. But then Baladev Prabhu, his first expansion, his mood is I am Seva. But his expansion of Krishna, his same tattva as Krishna, he is the Shaktiman. But his function is like servant. So now he's serving Krishna, how? Then he manifests everything, like so that Krishna's enjoyment and Krishna's pastimes will be carried on. So like, we know in the spiritual world there are many levels of existence. And there's like Vaikuntha, there's the Dwarka, Mathura, then there's Ayodhya, and finally the highest is Golok Vrindavan. So now the question is just, let's just focus on the question of Vrindavan. Because all these functions are actually can be seen in all these dhams, and even in the material world. Now, existence coming from Baladev Prabhu. He's manifesting everything. He's manifesting the dham. He's manifesting all the parikaras of Krishna. Now, that means he's manifesting even the body of like Krishna. In a way, we say like that. Because existence meaning, that's Baladev Prabhu. So, therefore, immediately we see the relationship. Nothing can exist without Baladev Prabhu. And that is if we understand only in Tattva. Now there are still considerations when we talk about certain things, especially in telling stories. There's Tattva and consideration of Rasa. So now when we talk about Yogamaya, Purnamasi, Vrinda Devi, they are all expansions of Srimati Radhika. And they're also there to help manifest all these sweet moods, sweet pastimes of Krishna and Braj. But there are also like different levels. Like Purnamasi, for example, she's more on like in the department of like the whole Braj. That means including with the dealings with Nanda Baba and Yashoda Maya and then all the cowherd boys. So it is said that in Braj, Purnamasi is like the judge. She's like the law. She's like the law. Like if there's any problem or if there's anything that needs to be decided, they'll always consult Purnamasi. But Vrinda Devi, actually Vrinda Devi is, we've heard that she is like a manifestation of Yogamaya, Purnamasi, and that is, she's more into the intimate pastimes, only in the Madhurya Rasa, like in the Kunjas. And she's there arranging everything, you know, how like the Kunjas will be prepared by the Manjaris and all the Sakis and all these things. So, but both Yogamaya, both Purnamasi and Vrinda Devi, they're actually expansions of like Yogamaya. And And as I've said, they're just according to their departments. So, as far as relationship with Baladev Prabhu, then we can see that there could be some, like, how do you call it, similarities. Because when we say Vrinda Devi, she arranges how Krishna will meet, how the kunjas will be decorated, and how the other gopis will serve. But really, by rasa, we know that Baladev Prabhu cannot do this. Like, you know, when we talk about rasa, we're talking about relationships, flavors of loving relations. So, just even in material example, when there's lover and beloved, and they're going to engage in some like loving pastimes. Of course, this particular pastime is very secret. Only them will be there, and whoever is like maybe like intimate friend who can understand the moods of the lover, like in the case of Radharani, like the Manjaris. But like the brother, for example, of Krishna, that's a different relationship. Like the brother of the beloved, for example, is a different relationship. And so if he will be there in the pastime, then it will create some like reservation. I think you know what I'm talking about, but forgive me, I'm not so like fluent on speaking about this topic. But so there is actually some, as far as rasa, there will be some disturbance if Baladev Prabhu will be there in the intimate Madhurya Leelas. So therefore, even Baladev Prabhu has arranged like his own Shakti, that is Ananga Manjari, to be there serving in all these Leelas. So in a way, all these happenings are all existing also because of Baladev Prabhu, but directly himself being there will be kind of like disturbing to the Leela. Therefore, he's not there directly. But as far as like this existence of all these pastimes, it's all we can say that is because of Baladev Prabhu giving providing the Sandini, the existence. And so this is the main principle that, like in Sadhak's life, before Radha and Krishna can come, we know Krishna is the embodiment of Sambit Shakti. What it means is, see, another vritti of Swarup Shakti is Sambit, meaning knowledge. Knowledge actually refers to Sambandha Gyan. Like real knowledge is referring to Sambandha Gyan. If you are in the spiritual world, what is this Sambandha Gyan? It is that you will see Krishna according to your relationship. Like the gopis, they see him as their beloved. The cowherd boys, they see him as their friend. And Mother Yashoda sees him as his child, or her child. So this is the main knowledge in the spiritual world. All their knowledge is just Krishna and how they are going to relate with him and serve him. This is knowledge. So before even this knowledge can come, there has to be the manifestation of Sandini Shakti. So like Shiguru, he comes and he provides this Sandini Shakti, this existence of this Seva Vritti. And therefore, this Sambandha can come. And after this knowledge, then Ladini, this aspect of Swarup Shakti, this tendency of Swarup Shakti called Ladini Shakti, the predominating deity is Srimati Radhika. And this Ladini Shakti is actually Prem. That is the happiness. Ladini means happiness, or that gives pleasure to Krishna. So really, what is that pleasure that gives, what gives real pleasure to Krishna? It's that love. So, before these things can come into the heart of the sadhak, before this this knowledge and before this love can come, there has to be the platform. And that is provided by the expansion of Baladev Prabhu in this world, that is Sri Guru. He comes, then he gives mantra diksha, he gives all instruction, and then if the sadhak follows this, then, like Maharaj was giving this example of this Siddhanta that our Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explained in relation to the pastime of Krishna's birth. So before Krishna was born, there was Sankarshan, and before that there was the killing of the six like anarthas. So like this, Guru comes first, and then he established Sandini Shakti, and then from the Sandini Shakti, Krishna comes and Radha comes, and then there will be the pastime manifesting in our heart. So then when these three vrittis are there, then the jiva is totally under the influence of Swarup Shakti. And in that, then the jiva can experience really Swarup Siddhi. So I don't know if my attempt to explain is clear, but in essence, Baladev Prabhu, he is the Adhar, the container of this Sandini Shakti. And therefore, all existence, be it in this world even, and so much more in Golok Vrindavan, is all coming from him directly. But he arranges everything that these pastimes will be performed nicely according to which will fulfill Krishna's desires. And therefore, he gives all the different positions. That's why we also pray to Baladev Prabhu, please, because like Guru, he gives us our position of the jiva. He gives us the position to be there in the spiritual world. So Baladev Prabhu, he provides all these different manifestations of how service will be done. So there's a particular department which deals with intimate Madhurya pastimes, and that's only with Srimati Radhika and her intimate sakis, manjaris. And in that, Baladev Prabhu will not directly participate, but through his Shakti, Ananga Manjari, then he is serving. So, with this I'm closing.
কি হয়ে গেছে? কিছু হয়নি, এখন জমিতে চাষ চলছে, এখনো জমিতে ঘাস আছে, এখন জমির মধ্যে বীজ দেওয়াই হয়নি। চিন্তা হবে না, প্রবেশ করতে হলে চিন্তা করতে হবে, ধীরে ধীরে নিত্য ব্রজে যেতে হবে। এইসব বিচার না এলে মায়া পার করবে কি করে? হ্যাঁ, সংসারের সাগরের সংসারের পাহাড়িয়া ভক্তির সাগরে যে ডুবিবে সে বুঝুক নিজেই চাঁদের। আমার প্রভুর প্রভু শ্রীগৌর সুন্দর, হ্যাঁ, তার প্রার্থনা করি চিরনিরন্তর। আমি তো সবই বলবো, আপনারা শুনি নাকি? আপনারা কোথায় আছেন এখন? ব্রাজিলে কি স্প্যানিশে কি আমেরিকায় কি বাংলায় কি কোথায়? বৃন্দাবনে কোথায় আছে? বুঝে দেখি আমি এখন অতল তলে কোথায় আছে। अच्छा, तो प्रेम बोलेगा? ओ महाराज, अच्छा, जूनियर पहले बोलता है फिर सीनियर बोलता है, ये नियम है। दे दो, वो जन्म से ही है। आ जाओ और आ जाओ।
ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य
Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Vandeham Shri Guru Varam Shri Rupadnuga Pravaram Rajarasa Rasikam Cha Narayanam Tam Prapannam Shri Guru Charanam Vande Ramanupesthaya Bhutale Rupanuga Bhaktidam Cha Kripamurti Narayanam Mancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So praying at the feet of the Vaishnavas, I will try to speak something in their presence, and hopefully I will be purified and get the chance to learn more and more. The question has come, and we have already been discussing very nicely who Baladev Prabhu is manifesting the Dham, that is of course Sandhini Shakti, and what is the relationship between Vrinda Devi, Purnamasi Devi, who are also we see directly in charge of Vrindavan, and Baladev Prabhu. So we see, first I was just remembering that at the time of the very mysterious pastime of Ratha Yatra, we see there is a gradation of and an order in the way that these three personalities come, and that is first on his brilliant chariot, Baladev Prabhu comes. Second, on the same beautiful chariot, different chariot, Subhadra Devi comes, and the Vaishnavas have revealed that she is none other than Yogamaya. Then finally, on the third chariot comes Lord Jagannath. So, of course it has already been explained more clearly, the tattva of these Shaktis, but I'll just try my best again. Baladev Prabhu, he is coming first because, as we heard, he is the stability and the platform and the source of all existence. If there was no place or no existence or no platform, then where would Shaktiman be tasting his rasa? Without the many transformations of Krishna's Shakti or of Bhagavan's Shakti, then he won't be tasting anything. And so for a means to taste all these rasas, there needs to be Sandhini Shakti. So naturally Baladev Prabhu needs to come first, and we see that these three personalities, they're coming to Vrindavan. So Baladev Prabhu will first come there and renew everybody's strength and make them ready for Krishna's return. Then after him comes his younger sister, that is Subhadra Devi, and the Vaishnavas have told us that she is Yogamaya. Yogamaya is, like Karina Prabhu has mentioned, she is not only the facilitator of the pastimes, but she is like the law. If there's any questions, everyone goes to her. She's like the ultimate authority as far as society goes in Brajamandal. Also, the action of Yogamaya is to cover and also uncover. And in this way, make Krishna's pastime, Radha and Krishna's pastimes more and more sweet. Also, we pray to her at the time of Katyayani Vrat, Kula Devi Yogamaya More Kripa Kori Avarana Samvarive Kavi Vishwadhari. We pray to her, please remove all coverings that you may have on me and make me a servant. Make me a servant of you who will connect me to my master and Radha and Krishna. So she is the link between the devotees and their service to Radha and Krishna. Then finally, of course, comes Jagannath. We see that these three personalities are Baladev, Subhadra, and Jagannath. We don't just call Jagannath Krishna. Jagannath is who? We see he has a very specific swarup, and that swarup has been clearly explained by Gurudev that Jagannath is that Krishna who witnessing or hearing about the love of the Brajavasis, particularly Srimati Radharani, is completely transformed and not only touched in the heart but completely changed and bewildered. So, in this progression, we first need the mercy of Sri Guru, and he will somehow give us the ability to be in some sort of connection in service, which is then facilitated by Yogamaya. Then our service will go to Radha and Krishna themselves. I guess that's all I would say. Panchagalpatirumyasya kripasindhiveva chaklitaro bhavanibhyo vaishnavibhyo namo.
Om Jnanatinarandasya Jnanandana Shalakaya Chakshurannilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Panchakalpatarubhyasya kripasindhubhyeva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namaha. First of all, I offer my respectful obeisances, unlimited times, unto my most worshipful Guru Pada Padma, Nityalila Pravish Om Shnapad Paramaradhitama Astotaras Sri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayana Goswami Maharaj. Secondly, unto all the assembled Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis. So we are discussing now under the guidance of the Vaishnavas, how is the relationship between Shri Baladev Prabhu, Vrinda Devi and Purnamasi Devi. So Krishna Karuni Bhu nicely explained, and also Purnamasi Prabhu, how Sarup Shakti, or there's this three different potencies. So essentially there's only two different substances, like although they are one, they are also distinct. So there is Shakti, Shakti Matora Bheda. Shakti or potency is non-different from the possessor of potency. Just as fire cannot be separated, heat and light cannot be separated from fire. Where there is fire present, naturally there will be heat and light. So Shakti, Shakti Matora Bheda. But to taste transcendental mellows or love, there has to be some distinction. So then we come to the topic of Vishai and Ashray. Vishai could be thought of as the subject or the enjoyer, and Ashray as the object or the enjoyed. So Krishna is the Parama Purush, he is the Supreme Personality, and he is the ultimate Vishai. He is Param Bhagavan. Param Brahma. Paramatma. He is the Supreme Vishai or object of love. As Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur says, Aradhya Bhagavan Brajesatanyasta Dhama Vrindavanam. So he is Aradhya Bhagavan, the most worshipful Lord, is that Nandanandan who is performing loving pastimes in Vrindavan. So we hear that Baladev Prabhu then, what is he? He is also non-different from Krishna, as all other things are ultimately connected. but he is under the category of Ashray Tattva, or he is Ashray Bhagavan. So he is not the enjoyer in that sense. His whole being is meant to serve Krishna. But because he is Bhagavan, Ashray Bhagavan, he takes this, he has this position as Sandhini Shakti. So he manifests all different ways to serve Krishna. He serves by manifesting the dhams, and he serves by, means he is under also Surup Shakti, but he serves in all ways, by manifesting the material universes, by manifesting Krishna's crown, his flute, everything is, cannot be separated from Baladev. But mostly we think of Baladev also as Akhanda Guru Tattva. He's the primal root of all Guru. Who is Guru? So now we come to the discussion of Guru Tattva. So essentially Guru Tattva is, in the highest conception in our Gaudiya Guru Varga, Rupanuga line, Guru Tattva is very subtle. In this world there may be so many teachers, but one who is really Guru is one who is taking one from Gu or darkness into Ru or light. So what does that really mean? So the Jiva, we know the Jiva is in Maya or darkness, and he has to come to Krishna who is light. But it's more than that, obviously. So anyhow, Guru is like that medium between the two. Jiva is in Tatastha Shakti. So Guru is one who brings the Jiva from Tatastha Shakti into service of Krishna, not service of Maya. So Baladev Prabhu has this function. So it's seen that he's performing this function as Ashray Tattva, right? Ashray Bhagavan. Means he is like the Lord, because Guru also accepts service from the disciple. He is like Shakshat Haritvena Samasta Sastra. All Sastra claims that he is actually like non-different from Bhagavan. But he has this service of training the living entities, so that by like accepting their service, he can train them how can you serve properly Krishna. But the question comes that, is Baladev Prabhu, is there any obstacle? Because like the soul is described as, it is like the devotee, its eternal nature is Jivera Swarupa Hoy Krishna Nitya Das, Krishna Tatashta Shakti Beda Ved Prakash. The living entity is by nature a servant of Krishna. So it's like, you could be said as a servant, means there's different gradations of service, but everything is based on love. So he may serve with the internal mood of a Saka or a friend, he may serve with the internal mood of a parent, or as a lover, or as any other mood as a servant. So there's these different moods of how does he serve. But Guru is he who brings them, Baladev Prabhu, he is giving the platform for service. But especially in our line, which is the Rupanuga line, the question comes, is Baladev Prabhu an obstacle in the meeting of Radha and Krishna? Or what is the understanding? So in one sense, it could be said, as he is in his form as Baladev Prabhu, or the elder brother of Krishna, then there's, out of etiquette, then he's not engaging in those, participating in those pastimes. But from a higher standpoint, he is fully there. He is there as Ananga Manjari. So what is the connection with Purnamasi Devi? So also in Gurvastakam we sing this prayer, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Nikunja Yuno, Rati Keli Siddhaya Yadibir, So how can we sing this prayer, which is praying to Sri Guru, Vande Guru Sri Charanadavindam, if we're thinking that there's some obstacle, if the soul, which is like the lover, is meeting with God, which is like the beloved, then how can there be an obstacle if Guru is that medium? It's not that Guru will, okay, here's Krishna, and then he'll step back and hide. No, Guru is always present, because it said, Nikunja Yuno Rati Keli Siddhai. He is perfect at arranging the pastimes in the groves of Vrindavan. So, it's where this comes is that it's the crux is that we're in this discussing Vrindavan Dham, and how is it that they're interacting. So Baladev Prabhu is Guru Tattva, and he's engaging in his different forms. He's helping the living entities who are all expansions of Srimati Radharani. We follow Shakti Parinambar. So all the living entities in one sense are like the expansions of Srimati Radharani's desire to serve entities Krishna. So Baladev Prabhu is in his form as Sri Guru, in his different forms, he's engaging in this service. So now also we see Purnamasi Devi or Vrinda Devi is described like the Guru of Braj. One time when Krishna was seeing in Radha Kund, it's described that Krishna is looking everywhere and he's seeing only Radharani, and he's dancing. He sees in the tree, he sees some form of, the tree has caught some form of Srimati Radharani, and the tree is moving. Krishna sees that and he sees Radharani there and he dances. So then one Sakhi asked him, well, what are you doing? What is Krishna doing? Oh, he's dancing. And who's his teacher? This like Radharani is his teacher. But he's speaking with Vrinda Devi, right? So the question is, Vrinda Devi is also, or as Purnamasi Devi. She's also present.
Her love is
Yes, her love is like this Guru. Radhikara Prema Guru Ami Shishyanata Sada Ama Sadanata Nachay Udbhata. But Vrinda Devi is like also Purnamasi Devi, and then she is also the Guru of who? The Gopis. So the Gopis, when they were very young, they had this pain in their heart. They were thinking, oh, we're very young now, but when we become older, then so many people will try to enjoy us. But they had this realization, they've been performing austerities for millions of lives, as the Shruticharyas, the Vedacharyas, the Upanasacharyas. They wanted to meet with Krishna. So they didn't want that any other would enjoy them. So they went to the bank of the Jamuna and they were praying, oh, what can we do? Then Purnamasi Devi came. So Purnamasi Devi is also, I don't know how the connection is exactly, but she is also connected to Guru Tattva because she is the Guru of the Gopis. And since we're in this Rupanuga line, then we're all aspiring to become maid servants of Srimati Radharani. So Purnamasi Devi is our Guru. That's why we pray Pradesha Keli Prabhuta Vinoda Vinyasa Vigyam Vipalutadya Kilam Vishwandam Si Purnamasim Sidasa Namami. So we pray to bring the Purnamasi Devi. Also Srila Gurudev, we hear from the Vaishnavas that every day when he wakes in the morning, he would sing this prayer. So she is also like so the Braj Devis, they were at the bank of the Jamuna, and Purnamasi Devi came and she gave them this special mantra, Katyani Mahamai Mahayogini Adishwari Nanda Gopasutam Devi Patim Me Gurute Namaha. So she is like the Guru of the Gopis and she gave him Guru Mantra. What is this Guru Mantra? It's described here, and this is a very elaborate discussion. What is the intricacies of this mantra? But it basically comes down to that Guru Tattva is Ashray Bhagavan, and it's helping the living entities in their relationship to serve Krishna or the Vishaya. So Purnamasi Devi and Baladev Prabhu, they both take on this function as Guru in Vrindavan. And the Gopis are also in Katyani Vrat, we sing these songs that there's no coincidence, they say. So it's not that everything happens by chance. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur wrote these two songs which we sing every Katyani Vrat. So he sings, one is that Bhavanade Pade More Akula Parana. Both of them are praying that, oh, how can I become freed from my material conditioning? How can I become freed from lust, anger, and all these material attachments and unwanted desires? How can we become freed from that? How can we attain Krishna's service? So we also pray not only to one song is dedicated to, like, Kula Devi Yogamaya, who is also Purnamasi Devi or Vrinda Devi. And the other song is dedicated to Janava Devi. We sing Ogo Shri Janava Devi, Akula Paran. So we're Edase Karuna Koro, Akula Paran. So we're praying to Purnamasi Devi on one side and to Shri Janava Devi. Who is Janava Devi? She is Tumi Nityananda Shakti, Krishna Bhakti Guru. So she is like Nityananda Shakti. So Nityananda Prabhu is also like non-different from Baladev Prabhu, and he is also a Kanda Guru Tattva. So we pray to Nityananda Prabhu Shakti, who is Janava Devi, and who is she in Braj? She is Ananga Manjali. So think that Baladev Prabhu is some inhibition in the pastimes of Radha and Krishna, or the pastimes of, as the living entities, we cannot meet directly with Krishna, so we serve as like maid servants, and in that we taste some also Radharani's moods. So that to think that, oh, Sri Guru is some inhibition in that is not appropriate, because also even in the Guru Mantra it said Krishnanandaya. So Guru himself is giving pleasure to Krishna. How is that then there can be some friction? When he's also Nukunja Yuno Rati Keli Siddhai, when he's also Shiradika Madhavi or Vada Madhurya Lila Gunarupanam Pratikshanasa Tanalodupasya Vande Guru Shri Charanadavinda. So Purnamasi Devi and Baladev Prabhu and Vrinda Devi must have a very sweet and intimate relationship in their different forms, and ultimately everyone is engaged in fulfilling their nature, which is to please Krishna. So ultimately happiness can only come when you're doing what is innate of your nature. If you're trying to go against what is you're meant to do, or against your nature, then you can't be happy. So you see people in this world are happy most when they think, okay, I'm doing what I'm meant to be, I'm doing what I like to do. Then they'll be happy. So the nature of the soul is to love Krishna, to serve Krishna. And as Ashray Bhagavan, as Baladev Prabhu, as Ananga Manjari, as Purnamasi Devi, as Vrinda Devi, as Srimati Radharani, and all her different Kaya Vyuha or personal expansions, everything is ultimately coming from Swarup Shakti. Sandini Shakti, Sambhit Shakti, Ladini Shakti. These are all the different vrittis of Swarup Shakti. And Krishna is like Swatantra Ishwar. So Swarup Shakti is engaged in anyhow pleasing Krishna, and therefore as Guru Tattva, Ashray Bhagavan. Then Purnamasi Devi can be regarded as Shri Guru of the Gopis, as we see in the example of Katyani Vrat. And also we know that Baladev Prabhu is a Kanda Guru Tattva. So please forgive any faults. Vanchakalpadripusya Vipasam Divyavatsa Pitanam Bhavana Vyavashni Bhunam.
Doctor.
So first of all, I offer my heartfelt obeisances of the dust of the lotus feet of Paramarajatam Shri Guru Pada Padma Nittulila Pravishtam Vishnu Pada Shtotra Sata Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Narayana Goswami Maharaj. In the same way, to all Rupanga Gaudiya Guru Varga, Brahmacharis, Vaishnavas, Vaishnavis, guests present. So I was not attempting to speak of such a high topic, but Prabhuji is ordering, so in order to fulfill his order, even if I'm going to speak anything wrong, we have only the desire to fulfill the Vaishnavas' orders and requests. We have heard very beautiful descriptions of Krishna's potencies and how Baladev Prabhu, he is manifesting different forms from the different Vaishnavas. And after hearing, I'm not gonna repeat, not go long again on all these topics, but just try to summarize and maybe some new points giving. The relation between Baladev Prabhu, Jogmaya Purnamasi Devi and Vrinda Devi. We have heard that Subhadra Devi, she is manifestation of Jogmaya. So, and we know from Srila Gurudev's Harikatha that she is also Brajabasi, because when Jashoda Maya, she is giving birth to Krishna, along with Krishna also is coming one daughter, and that daughter is Jogmaya. So Vasudev Maharaj, he is bringing that daughter back to Mathura when he is bringing that Mathuresh Krishna to Vrindavan, merging in the body of Brajendra Nandan Shamsundar. And then he's keeping that daughter in the jail with Devaki. So when Kamsa comes, he tries to kill that daughter, that baby. Even though Devaki was insisting that she's a girl, so the one who will kill you is a boy, so please don't kill this girl. Automatically, Kamsa, push his swords and try to kill the girl, which automatically slips from his hands and go to the sky and manifests his form as Mahamaya Durga Devi, which is the only one that Kamsa could see. Kamsa couldn't have darshan of Jogmaya, so she manifested to him as Durga Devi. And then say, oh, you're foolish, the one who will kill you is already born somewhere else. So we can see that one kind of relation that Jogmaya is having with Baladev Prabhu is as a sister, right? In Mathura or Dwaraka, we can say. So, because both are Brajabasis and they are having the same moods and the same kind of feelings of separations from Braj, the same as Krishna. That's why the Rath Yatra is being performed with these three personalities. The three of them, they are feeling separations from Vrindavan. In this way, they are having this the same feelings, the same relation as brothers. And if we go to Vrindavan, as Rasik Prabhu told, Nikunda Junurati Kalisidhai, Ejali Bhi Yaktira Pekshaniya. So he's saying that Srila Gurudev, he is also arranging for the pastimes of Radha Krishna in the Nikunjas, in the very secret groves of Vrindavan, where not everyone is allowed to come. So that Srila Gurudev, he is also not going in his form as we know. He is going as a gopi form, as a manjari, and then he can have entrance. So in the same way, Baladev Prabhu is also not going there in his form as Baladev. He is also going in his form as a manjari, Ananga manjari. So we know that inside the kunjas, the one who is arranging for all the pastimes is Vrinda Devi. And outside of the kunjas, who is arranging for all the pastimes is Jogmaya. So the relation between Baladev Prabhu, in a sense, inside the kunjas, maybe this is my speculation, but this is somehow I am understanding, and Prabhuji will be here to correct us and illuminate all with his perfect Siddhanta. But the relation is that they have to serve under the guidance of Vrinda Devi. Vrinda Devi, she is like the in charge of arranging all the pastimes, and then somehow they have to serve under the guidance of Vrinda Devi and also Rupa and Rath Manjari, you know. So this kind of relation we can see. Another point which is crossing my mind somehow is some simple but subtle point, is that we know that Baladev, he is manifesting the whole Braj. The trees, the fruits, the birds, the clouds, the animals, the different seasons, the temperature, the rain, you know, the sun, the sunlight, the moon, the sky, everything. So when Jogmaya Devi, she is trying to arrange for Radha Krishna's pastimes, she has to manipulate all these kinds of elements. So somehow she is using this energy which is manifested by Baladev Prabhu. In the same way, inside the kunjas, the different flowers, fragrant flowers, the different, colors, you know, the different perfumes, everything which will enhance the intimate pastimes of Radha and Krishna, it will be manipulated by Vrinda Devi. Is also manipulating all these elements which is manifested by Baladev Prabhu. So somehow Baladev Prabhu, he will be present there, either in the form of manjari or either in the form of all these elements. There is no point of Baladev not being present in any pastimes of Krishna, because we know that Baladev and Krishna, they are the same. They have only the difference in the color. So this way I am trying to just fulfill Prabhuji's order and not become like a dumb. And even if I am speaking any rasabhas or any mistake, I am trying my best. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhyo cha patitanam bhavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo.